How much is he gonna cover, Erica?
He'll be at 31%.
31%?
Yeah, with the new garage.
Yeah, okay.
And
That's covering a lot of ground with hard surface. How are you going to handle the drainage?
It's back there at the alley, and the water runs towards the yard. So I will, when I have the concrete done inside the garage, they're gonna channel it out and run it towards the yard.
You're not going to put any drainage on the neighbors.
No. The roof line will be, the gutters will be towards the alley and towards the back of my yard, and the downspouts will be into my yard. There won't be anything going towards them.
Have
Any
you had
questions from the board?
discussion with,
I'm sorry?
Mr. Lewis has a question.
Yes.
do you have any discussion with your neighbor on the,
West.
6 foot issue?
On the west? No, I have not.
I thouut you said you.
I've had discussion with Mr. Babione, who is my neighbor directly on the west. I have not have any discussion with Mr. Voss, who is the neighbor on Lincoln Street, where his backyard is adjacent to my driveway.
So the guy
Oh.
did you
sorry?
talk to the guy in the corner?
I'm sorry?
The corner house
Yeah, the
On which
corner,
street?
on Lincoln Street.
Lincoln and Garrison. Yeah.
Right. Lincoln and Garrison.
Have you talked-
Lincoln and Garrison do not connect. Mr. Babione lives on Lincoln and Garrison, which is directly next to my house. But the gentleman behind me that's on the alley of Lincoln Street, alley behind me, we do not communicate.
Okay.
But it really
Uh-huh.
doesn't affect him. It's the neighbor that you're gonna encroach on a little bit.
On
You've
the other
talked-
side. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's got it confused. I think the neighbor, the duplex next to you, Mr. Myers,
Yes.
that guy.
Yes, that
Mr.
gentleman has a
Babione.
3-car garage.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Mr. Babione. We talk all the time. He's aware of it.
Okay. Okay. Then I stand corrected because I was just gonna say, wait a minute.
Right.
That guy's pretty like vocal and yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Yes, he's
Okay.
talk all the time. We're very, very friendly neighbors. The gentleman,
Okay.
the other gentleman that lives on the other, like behind him on Lincoln Street, well, it would be his, Mr. Babione's address is Garrison Street, but there's a house directly adjacent to his garage, Mr. Voss.
Absolutely, there is.
He's also connects to my driveway on the back of his property. And
Right, it does.
I do not communicate with that gentleman.
And he's kind of a quiet person, yeah. And very, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Because that's my neighborhood, so I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
What's-
I was talking about was the guy in the duplex. Because I.
Right, and he's yeah, as long as he's okay with this, because he keeps his house so perfect and nice and tidy, and he's been there forever. He's so nice. Yes,
And that
Yeah.
would affect the most.
exactly. That would affect him the most. Yes,
Not
and in fact, I talked to him the other day, and he has no qualms about this whole thing. So
Okay.
Right. And the guy that he's talking about by the driveway part, the driveway's still gonna be
Right.
there.
he lives right next to Mary Jo Rodriguez. Yes,
Yeah. Well, I didn't
Yeah.
send him a
kind
letter,
of
but
a hermit.
I didn't send him a letter because I kind of missed that point. But if
Well, and it kind of doesn't completely affect him into some respect.
yeah.
And mostly is Mr. Babian.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
Well,
still,
to be perfectly honest, I believe it does affect Mr. Voss just as much as it does affect Mr. Babione. Because his-
Okay, well, then maybe we should table it till we talk to Mr. Voss. It's just a thought.
It's gonna affect, Mr. Voss in the respect that, looks only.
Well,
You're
Right.
not in-
I'll tell you,
You're not
Very
infringing on his
meticulous.
Yeah,
He's very meticulous.
I will tell you my thoughts on this. Originally, we were going to go 4 feet wider and be 24 by 24 and be much closer to the property line. But when I had the builder out, we discussed it and I said, I do not want to affect this man in any way, shape or form.
Okay.
So we decided to go 4 feet less so that I would have room to maintain the site of my building and not encroach in his property in any way, shape or form, so that I'm not disturbing him or upsetting him in any way.
Erica, he was not given notice?
No, I didn't, I don't know. I guess I kind of missed that property.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give him notice. We're gonna have to table this. And he might not even respond, but let's just do the right thing.
Well, I guess I didn't see his, I just seen the neighbors to the, each side of Mr. Myers. I didn't.
Right,
recognize
right.
that.
Well, and
that-
that's the thing about the alleys. You know, when the alleys are involved, it's right there.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize that that guy was, his property was situated the way it is.
Yeah, I think we should table this and put it on for the next month. And then at least be able to send Mr. Voss a letter and let him know. So just in case there's any questions or anything that he needs answered, then we've done the right thing.
Mr. Myers, if we delay it a month, will that harm you?
No, other than the fact I'm just gonna have to wait a month.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
I
think
just
it
feel like
might-
that this might just be better if we wait, you
it
know?
might resolve problems in the future.
Yeah,
That's exactly, it might, yes, it most definitely will resolve any problems. And you know what, more than likely, he never respond, but at least we've made the effort.
Right.
yeah. Feel better
Yeah.
about that.
Yes, I'll feel better about that too.
So,
And Mr., the meeting comes quicker than you think, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, it really does.
so Erica, your email said that somebody did ask questions about this. Am I allowed to know who did ask questions about it? You said you dropped a letter off to somebody.
I dropped a revised letter off to each one of your neighbors because of setback. I just told
Okay,
the same letter that I originally sent, but I just added the setback.
Oh, I see, okay.
okay,
I wanted them to have that letter with the revision on it, adding that you're also gonna be 4.5 feet from the property line.
okay.
So-
One more question, since I'm gonna have to wait on this anyway. My wife and I have been discussing possibly putting a privacy fence up between our yard and Mr. Voss's yard. Is that something I need to add to this?
If it's a
I want to
6-foot
put it
fence,
directly on the property line if possible.
No, if it's you're allowed a 6-foot fence in the rear yard, so no, you don't need a variance for that. But I don't suggest putting it on the property line. Well, I suggest offsetting it just in case you have to maintain it. So you would still be on your property. So I suggest offsetting it at least 6 inches.
yeah, so you can get on it and like weed whack or mow or whatever.
Okay. Okay,
What's the pleasure of the board?
I think we should make a motion to table this till the next month. So we can make sure that Mr. Voss has a letter, and even if he doesn't respond, at least we've done due diligence to make sure that, you know, we've done the right thing.
I'll second.
Who
We have
second?
a motion,
I did.
we have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion?
I'm sorry,
Eric?
Mr. Myers.
it's okay. It happens.
Erica, would you call the roll?
Lewis,
Yes,
Barber,
Yes.
Simonowski,
Yes,
Jaeger.
We'll see you in a month.
Okay,
yep, we'll see you in a month. Hopefully it'll be in person.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Ken, was there any questions?
nope.
No, there was not.
Okay.
Is there anything else to come before the board?
Yeah, we got one more item, Gene. Mr. Tester at 42 Chestnut, and he's on.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's find that.
I'm just looking to have a 4-foot fence to increase the safety of my children.
Okay, a
7-year-old.
4 foot, a 4 foot?
Yes.
Okay,
The 4 foot, I mean, to be honest, the 4 foot's the same price as the 3 foot, so. And I spoke to the gentleman there yesterday, and he asked about a dog. Could be a possibility once the children are old enough to be responsible for the dog. But currently, we're gonna wait.
What's the age of your children?
2 and 7. I got a 2-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter.
Any questions from the board?
I have
don't
a
know.
I had a concerned neighbor. She doesn't have a problem with the fence. She just wants to make sure that it's on Mr. Tester's property. There's been some question about property lines in the past or whatever, so I'd like to make that comment to make sure that that he's putting it on his own property and not his neighbor's. She says she doesn't oppose the fence. She just wants to make sure he puts it on his own property lines.
so you're gonna get your property surveyed to make sure, right?
I was not planning on doing so. I was gonna run it from the back of my garage. So I believe that's part of the, I mean, I already have a garage there. Run it directly to the street. Well, not to the street, but off the sidewalk.
Well, you can't go all the way up to the sidewalk either. You gotta know.
A foot off the sidewalk.
Right, but you still have to know where the pins are because sometimes the right of way is,
Right, I'm wondering if you should get a survey. Cause if it's that close and.
See, I talked to is Erica, yes, I believe. I talked
Yeah.
to her about that and she said she had stated that as long as I run it from the garage, I should be all right.
right, but you still have to know where your property lines are. I mean, sometimes your garage may encroach, but the lady that your neighbor said that she believes your garage, like pretty much property line. So,
Alrighty. So if I could get, like you said before, a metal detector and find those pins, then I wouldn't have to pay for a survey.
correct.
Could I do that? Would that be all right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, however you want to find the pins is.
I'll
up
make,
to you.
I mean, I'm not gonna put it on her property line. I don't want to put it directly on. I want to definitely offset it.
Cause that's gonna open a whole another can of worms.
Right.
You need to stay off so you can maintain it.
Yes, I maintain my property and the city's part of my property as well.
Okay,
He means maintaining the fence. So he when he says you need to maintain, talk about offsetting the fence so you can maintain the other side. That's what.
right,
Yes,
like,
yes,
you don't
yes.
have weeds growing and make it look, bad.
Get back, puppy. Yes, I understand.
Okay.
Ken, is there any questions from the public on this matter?
Give him a couple of minutes. Okay, I see no questions.
Further discussion? What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion that we grant the variance as long as he stays in at least a foot for maintaining the other side of the fence.
And I will second that. And you want to keep your neighbor happy too, so,
Definitely, definitely.
right.
Is it further discussion? Erica, would you call the roll?
Lewis,
Yes,
Barber,
Yes.
Simonowski,
Yes,
Thurbaum,
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes, you still need permits. And Erica's the person to see.
Alrighty.
Now, is there any further comments? Nothing more to come before the board? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
don't nobody want to adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Erica, would you call the roll?
Jaeger,
Yes.
Sturbaum,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Barber,
Yes.
Kaminowski.
Yes.
This has been fun.
Oh, yeah, this is a whole nother, this is great.